everyone and welcome to another Conservation Chat UK video. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. Me and Steph have decided to come together and do a video all about our top sustainability beauty swaps. So we're going to go through all of the kind of items, or our top 7 I think there were, weren't there? Top 7 items to swap to be more sustainable kind of in the beauty and toiletry region. I feel like this is one of the first swaps that most people make, generally, and it's the hardest one. I swear, it's the hardest one. But it's natural deodorant. And I've been looking for a natural deodorant that actually works since 2013, and I've only just found one. But this one actually genuinely works. Like, I don't stink. And yeah, it's just good. So, it's called Native Unearthed. See if you can see that. Probably backwards, but I found this about a year ago, and I usually buy the coconut and vanilla, but this is activated charcoal. I'm not so keen on this one because it's not got as nice a consistency and it doesn't smell as nice as the coconut and vanilla, but this is a natural kind of balm. So you take a little pea-sized blob and rub it onto your armpit, kind of like a moisturizer. But it's got really clean ingredients. It's got no aluminium, because aluminium is actually really dangerous and it gets absorbed by our armpits, and it's actually directly linked to cancer, to breast cancer. So it's good to kind of get rid of the antiperspirants and the nasty kind of toxic deodorant, because it's a really sensitive area. But also, like, all of the packaging that comes with deodorant, it's really bad, isn't it? It's like loads of plastic, it's not usually recyclable. And antiperspirant cans are just like a menace to the recycling system. This comes in a glass pot with, I think the lid's plastic, but you can actually send these off to Lush, along with all of your other plastic lids and bottle tops and things, and they'll recycle them for you. So this is a really good alternative, but you might be able to see in there, it's like a putty. And this one smells like lavender, and I've nearly finished it, but when I finished it, I'm definitely going to go back to the coconut one because it is lush. It smells like pudding. But I don't smell with this on. You do sweat because it's not an antiperspirant. It's not going to stop you from sweating, but it's healthy to sweat. So get your sweat out, but without stinking the place out, basically. So definitely change to this one.
And how long did you say that one lasted you?
God.
Like, per pot?
I've had this since before lockdown. And I've still not finished it.
A good while.
So
again.
At least 3 months.
Yeah.
But I only apply once a day, if that. I'm a bit lazy with it really, and because I've been spending lots of time at home, I probably don't use it as much.
Yeah.
But when I was working full time and I was leaving the house a lot, and especially now it's really hot, I'm putting it on at least once a day. But I would say it'll probably last maybe 8 to 12 hours, and then if you're quite active and quite sweaty, you might want to reapply. But it's always good to put it on clean armpits as well. So just make sure you're nice and clean before adding it on, because you might have a little bit of like bacterial residue on there before you even put it on. So, because actually it's not the sweat that smells, it's the bacteria that is attracted to the sweat that makes you smell. So, little fun fact. Right, what's our next one? Next is sanitary products. So this is honestly the best swap I've ever made, and I changed over about 5 years ago. So I've changed over from tampons and pads, just generic sanitary products, over to a menstrual cup. And I think I started buying menstrual cups in 2013, maybe a little bit later. But apparently 2.5 million tampons and 1.4 million sanitary towels are flushed down the toilet every day in the UK. I don't think that's okay. It's just a lot, isn't it?
Yeah,
I mean,
it is a lot.
It's a bit worrying. So I've changed over to a menstrual cup, and I swear by them. They're just so much better. You buy one, and it lasts you up to 10 years if you look after it properly. You make sure you clean it properly, and like you can clean it simply by boiling it in a pan of water. So we've got this one that Steph bought. I think it's the Moon Cup, is it?
Yeah.
I actually swear by Organic Cup. So anything that we mentioned today, I'll do my best to link it below. So if you're interested in purchasing any of these things, they are linked below in the description. But
Comes in the cutest
yeah, it comes in
bag.
like, this is a cardboard box, so this is completely biodegradable, and it comes in a organic cotton bag.
Show you it.
So then you've got this is medical grade silicone, and you can leave it in like between 12 to 24 hours. It's really good if you're like really heavy flow, or if you're just really busy and you don't want to be pulling a tampon out every 5 minutes. These things are ace. And you can also like check your health status as well with it, because, you know, it might sound a bit gross to some, I'm sorry if you're squeamish, but if you want to keep track of your hormone health and stuff, period blood is a good way of tracking that kind of thing. So the fact that you've still got it there to look at, and you haven't just got all this nasty byproducts like being flushed down the loo or chucked in the landfill.
It's also, they're meant to be like a lot better for your actual body as well. Like, so I think like pads have got so much plastic in them. If you think your skin's going to be absorbing that, and tampons as well. So they take in like all the moisture, so even all the good moisture that you need down there, that just gets sucked away, whereas this just takes the blood.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like
it's collecting rather than like drawing it out like salt with water. But also you've got to think like generic sanitary products are made of cotton usually, but if it's not organic cotton, then that cotton's going to have been sprayed with loads of nasty chemicals like horrible pesticides, herbicides, and then that's going to go in a really porous part of your body that will basically absorb anything you put on it, because your skin absorbs up to 80% of anything you put on it anyway. So if you put it on a really like, what's the word when things can move easily? Permeable membrane, that's it. It's like permeable membranes down there, so it's like it just really doesn't sit. Once I like learnt about it all, it really like freaked me out, and I was like, oh, I just changed over immediately. So these are usually like between 10 and 20 pounds, and then you buy it once, you use it for up to 10 years, and that's you golden. You save so much money.
So much money.
So much money. So this is definitely, of all the things today, I mean, personally for me, this is the best thing I've ever changed over, and I will never go back to tampons, ever. I just think it... Also, they're super duper flexible, so I'm just going to take it back out. So a tampon's like a bullet. It doesn't have any flexibility whatsoever. And like you can feel it when it's in there. Like you don't want to like really shuffle around too much, but this is completely malleable, and you can fold it, and you know, it's just really flexible. So it's just a win-win really.
You can get like different ones as well for like what you're looking for, I think. So like if you do a bit of research, there might be one that you would prefer over like a different cup. So I think the Moon Cup's meant to be quite well known for, like, it's a little bit firmer. So if you wanted something softer, there are like other brands out there that are better.
Something I really like about Organic Cup is they've got 3 sizes. One is teenage, so it's a little bit smaller. Then there's an A, I think it's called A, and it's for women who haven't given birth yet. So they don't need something as large or as strong. And then women who have given birth, they need a firmer one that can pop out, you know, because you fold it up and then you insert it and then it pops out, so it can collect everything, and it works on suction. But I think one of the things that freaks most people out is getting it in there, and honestly, like, it's not painful and it's not uncomfortable, and you can't feel it when it's in. It's just the best thing ever. So yeah, definitely make that swap if you haven't already.
So the next one on our list is the safety razor. So I think you've been using this for years, but I'm like a new user.
I'm just going to move us over a little bit because that's better.
So yeah, I'm a new user to the safety razor. So I got one probably like 2 weeks ago, and I've shaved with it like once since then. And honestly, I think already it's changed my life. So not only is it like the most beautiful...
It is, like I've seen a lot of safety razors in my time, but this has to be the most gorgeous thing I've ever seen a razor look like. It's
so
just
beautiful.
so pretty.
So
it's
it
gold, it's rose gold. It's so
stand.
in right now.
And yeah, I love it. And it came in like really beautiful packaging as well. Like, so it was just a really like little subtle cardboard box, and then it came with one razor blade as well that was just packaged in paper, so everything, like, it had no plastic at all.
Zero waste shaving.
So this is a bamboo one.
Yeah.
And you can get them on Amazon or on their website.
Yeah, so it's BAMBAW, but we will link it below. I'm not sure I'll be able to get a link for the rose gold one in particular, but I'll definitely link one of their shavers in the description. But yeah, I've been using a safety razor for, I want to say 3, maybe 4 years. I think I got my one my second year of uni, so yeah, it's coming up to 3 years that I've been using one. And my brother got it for me for Christmas, and I've just got a bog standard silver one. It's nowhere near as pretty as Steph's. And when I saw that one, I was like, oh, I want it. But my brother bought it for me, and he got me a box of razor blades, and there's like thousands of them because they're so thin. Like, they're gonna last me for the rest of my life. So I've like given Steph loads because I'm like, I'm never gonna use all these. So it's just really good with reducing waste in that way, because 2 billion, I'm going to say that again, 2 billion disposable razors are thrown away every year. That they just end up in landfill, and like, they scare me, razors.
Yeah.
Like, ooh, you don't want to end up with that in the bin. But with these safety razors, you like unscrew the handle here off the head, and you just pull the razor off, and then I collect them in a jar. And I think in the 3 years I've been using this, I've probably got like 10 in a jar so far. And once that jar is full, I'm going to take it to the recycling in the jar, safe, so that they can dispose of them properly rather than chucking them in the bin all the time.
Yeah.
I just think that's so dangerous for everyone involved. But they shave just as well, don't they? If not better.
Better, honestly. Like, I don't know why it's taken me so long. I don't feel like these are actually that well known about, which is weird, because
they've been around since before, say, like generic razors. Like, they've been around since cutthroat razors, probably.
Yeah, like, people have been shaving with proper razors for generations, and I don't, like, why have we even transitioned to these stupid plastic? Like, I was just one day thinking, like, oh, I've got to buy new razors again, and it's so weird. Like, why are we doing that?
The whole thing is plastic, apart from like the 3, 5 or 6 little blades that are in it, and then they've got a little plastic cap that go on the end, and then they come in a plastic box. Yeah, it's just so unsustainable.
Yeah, everything about it is horrible. And I think as well, because I was doing loads of research before I bought this, the whole thing about like the more blades you have, the better shave is actually just a myth. Like, you can get like a much closer shave if you use the proper technique, and you use like, a proper shaving soap, and you take your time over it and do it properly. You can get a better shave anyway.
Yeah, I think that's the only thing that you really need to think about more with a safety razor, is be lighter with it. You don't have to put any pressure on, because they're so sharp. So you just need to use the weight of the safety razor itself. Just let the weight do the dragging rather than actually pushing it against your skin. Because, God, I used to be so rough with myself. I've got loads of scars all over my ankles from years of shaving. But yeah, I just think this is far more pleasant, and you just feel really good like using it, because you know that you haven't killed a turtle in the process. Yeah. So yeah.
We love the safety razor.
Loving it. So the next thing on our list is ditching the shaving foam, because like I'm a like big advocate of like having a product that can do more than one thing. So and I feel like shaving foam is very plastic and tin heavy, isn't it? Like, they come in these really weird pots
with big plastic lids.
Yeah. Yeah, it just seems a bit unnecessary. Like, sometimes I actually just use a bit of conditioner. Yeah. Because it's just as silky. But you've invested in a shaving bar, haven't you, rather than using...
So I found one on Etsy, and it's like cruelty-free, vegan, and it's like comes completely like no plastic in the packaging. But we don't have it yet, so we've just found, because like you can use shampoos and other like, as long as you get like the nice foam and like lathering up, I think that's like completely fine.
Yeah,
you'll just want a barrier.
Something
for your
actually
skin.
you can use, and I have used it a few times, and it's great because it moisturises your legs at the same time. Is coconut oil. I've used it in the bath and in the shower. Where you just slather your legs in coconut oil and then just shave like normal, and then it like sinks into your skin. You've moisturised your legs, so you've killed two birds with one stone. But yeah, shaving bars in general, we don't have one to show you really, but they're just really, they're natural basically. So you can buy them with basically all natural ingredients made of oils and essential oils and all good things that are biodegradable, don't pollute the waterways, and don't like just pollution.
Yeah.
Like, zero pollution, because they usually come in no packaging or little packaging, and the packaging they do come in is usually made of paper or cardboard. So that's just a really easy and basic swap to make. But we're going to kill two birds with one stone here, because I just want to talk about shampoo bars. So here we've got an example of where you can use one product to do more than one thing. So this is a shampoo bar, but it's by, I think they're called Friendly Soap. Yeah, Friendly Soap. I've been using these for a couple of years now. But this is just a 100% natural bar. What's it made of? Lemongrass, lavender, tea tree, and peppermint is like the flavour. And it's made of things like, I think it's... where's the ingredients? It's made of air. Okay, so coconut oil, olive oil, castor oil, aloe vera, lavender. So like all natural, vegan, biodegradable, cardboard packaging. You can use it on your hair, and you can use it to wash your armpits, wash your legs, shave your legs. It's just an all-in-one great thing. And then you put it in a little box and you can take it traveling and nothing will spill, nothing will leak. It's just the best thing. And like, this is my hair on day 3 after using this bar. I mean, there is a little bit of kind of, what's the word? When your hair gets used to using the bar instead of like stripping shampoos. Because like, how many bottles of shampoo go in the bin every day? I think we've got like a fact here somewhere.
It's horrible.
10. Yeah, okay, so we've got here the average person uses 10 bottles of shampoo per year. And that's about 9 million tons of plastic in the ocean every year. That makes me really sad.
Yeah.
So by getting rid of those nasty, toxic, SLS-filled shampoos that strip your hair, strip all your natural oils, make your hair look really flat and flimsy, like swap out for something really natural, really good for you. Actually, when I moved over to one of these, my loads of hair started growing like underneath.
Really?
Like I had loads of baby hair start growing underneath. But this is day 3, and I think it looks pretty good for
day 3.
Yeah, day 3. So I'll probably wash it tomorrow because I'm lazy. But I just think these are great, especially if you're a traveller. Like, I used to backpack a lot, and I spent 6 months in America, South and Central America, exploring the tropics and the Caribbean coast. And I took one of these with me, and it like lasted me the whole time. So definitely another swap to be made. So the next item we're going to be talking about is switching over your unsustainable makeup brushes to something more sustainable. And we're both really big advocates of Ecotools. So we've both brought our little collections down. So these are made from bamboo, so that's the handle. I'll show you this nice big one. So this is the Ecotool blusher brush, and it's got a really nice big head. It's synthetic hair, so it's vegan friendly. But the good thing about these is, if you're thinking, oh, plastic hairs, these don't molt like at all. They're really good. So, and they feel really natural, and they're really soft, and they're so easy to clean as well. And then this bit's made of metal, not plastic, and the ends are bamboo. So once they do eventually kind of break, you can compost or shove your handles on your log burner or whatever. But they're just way better because you don't have to replace them. Like I've had these for 5 years.
Yeah.
And I've got a concealer brush, which I use for eyeshadow, and an eyeshadow brush, which I also use for eyeshadow. And I use this one as an all-over finisher. What have you got?
I've just got the classic foundation ones, but I've had these, we were saying the other day, weren't we? I've literally had them for like 7 years, and they're still like, they're not even mulling or anything.
So I've had really bad makeup brushes in the past, like bog standard from Boots or Superdrug or whatever, or like from a pound shop. And the moment that you put them in anything, like hairs end up all over your face, and they're just horrible and they molt all the time. So this is a really good and kind of unnoticeable swap that you can make, because it's like nothing's changed. It just means that they'll last a hell of a lot longer. You'll save loads of money, and you'll just feel really good about using something that's natural and not full of, I don't know if they treat non-natural brushes with chemicals or anything. I haven't looked that deeply into it, but it's just a really easy thing to swap and you won't notice it. I mean, they'll cost you a little bit more money. I originally went for like a multi-pack, like a basics multi-pack that had like eyeshadow, blusher, all like the basic stuff in it. And then I've never had to replace any of it. Even if I'm not using it for exactly they're meant for, I still get plenty of use out of them. So
they're really affordable as well. I think like the foundation brushes are definitely under £10, which nowadays is really good.
So definitely a swap to be made. And the final thing isn't actually a physical item that you can swap out, but it's kind of a behaviour. So basically, you ditch the mascara and the eyebrow stuff, and you opt for a pampering session, and get a eyelash tin. So this isn't my area, this is Steph's area. So I'm just gonna let you lead with it.
Yeah, so I would say probably like 2, maybe 3 years ago now. I can't really keep track, but I swapped over. So I started getting lash lifts, and like I've just not used mascara since. Like I feel like this one gets a bit of like a bad rep in a way. So like you would never consider that this is actually better for the environment. But if you consider how many tubes of plastic mascara you go through in a year, like that's gonna be a lot.
Yeah, and they're like, it's not very hygienic, is it? They say that you should swap out your mascara every 3 months.
Yeah.
So there's like that would be 4 tubes of mascara every year for the entirety of your female, adult and teenage life, because most females, or anyone who uses makeup, they usually start using makeup in their teenage years. So if you think just countless years of plastic tubes, and there's not really much you can do with them. I've heard of like wildlife rescue places reusing the wands to brush out like hedgehog fur and animal fur and stuff, which is great. If you can donate your wands to something like that, do it. And I know that Body Shop will take some makeup cases if you collect them and then give them back to like big Body Shop stores. But generally, I feel like makeup, like packaging in general, is just so like no one's doing anything about it. It's not really something that someone's thought, oh, I'm gonna recycle this, or I'm gonna turn this into something useful.
Yeah.
And there's not really many brands that I've come across that use like bamboo packaging instead of plastic, for example. So
there's not enough, is there, going on? And I just think as well, there's so many benefits. I'd never go back to just wearing mascara. Like, first of all, the results are just better. Like, it just knocks mascara out the water.
When I first met Steph, like one of the first things I said to her, I was like, wow, like what do you use on your eyelashes? Like, because they were so big and long. You didn't even have any mascara on, did you? I was
makeup.
like, what?
Like it's a win-win. It saves me so much time. Like I hate putting mascara. That's got to be the worst.
You know what
one.
the worst part is? It's taking it off again.
Yeah.
Like
it's just impossible.
I'll put that mascara on, take me a couple of minutes, not even that, and then I literally, as soon as I finish putting it on, I'm like, oh, I've got to take this off later. What a palaver. And also, I find that I quite often when I use mascara as well, and I opt for natural mascara, I get styes all the time, like my eyes are really sensitive, and then the moment that I go outside, step foot, and there's a breeze, like my eyes start streaming and I get black all down my face, and it's just not very attractive and it's just really uncomfortable and I just feel clammy and weird all the time. So I'm definitely, once lockdown's kind of, like when it's safe and I feel comfortable to do so and like it's not stupid, I'm probably going to go and get my eyelashes lifted at least, because I've got quite long eyelashes and I think it would just save me a lot of bother.
Yeah, I just think it's a win-win. It's better results. It's going to be probably cheaper, or it's not going to be more expensive, I would say.
It might equal out.
Yeah, I think especially if you do buy like upmarket brands, they're quite expensive. Like I know mascara can be around £30.
Yeah, 20-30 quid. And then you don't want the cheap nasty ones because they're full of chemicals.
So that's like the same as like a lash lift really. And I go every 6 weeks and it lasts the whole time. Don't have to wear mascara. I can just get up, do any other makeup if I want to, and then I'm ready. It just saves time, saves money, saves effort.
Also, I feel like it's worth saying that just wearing makeup less in general is going to save a lot of waste.
Yeah.
I used to wear makeup every single day. I've never really been a person that like lays on the foundation and stuff, but I always used to put winged eyeliner on, a mascara and a little bit of blusher. But it was every day and it was exhausting. It's putting it on, taking it off, putting it on, taking it off. So I've really embraced my bare face the past probably 5 years.
Yeah.
And like, it doesn't scare me to go out with no makeup on. I'm like, this is me. I mean, I'm wearing makeup now, so it's not great. But loads actually, like nearly all of the other YouTube videos on this channel, I'm not wearing any makeup. So I think it's good to just let your skin breathe. And then you don't end up spending nearly as much money replacing things because you're not using it so much. So.
And anything that encourages you to embrace your natural look and be comfortable with that is great in my opinion.
Definitely. Definitely. Love who you are as you are. So that's all of our sustainable beauty swaps. We really hope that these gave you some inspiration to ditch out those toxic and really unsustainable and pollution kind of rich products and stop slavering your body with nasty chemicals and reduce the amount of waste that we're all using that's coming out of our makeup and toiletry boxes. Really hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please like the video, it really helps us, and also make sure to subscribe if you haven't already and hit that notification bell so that you never miss a Conservation Chat UK video, and we'll see you in the next one.